Hello and welcome back once again. We have more Case of the Golden Idol, more Chapter 3, Case number 9. The Interrupted Weekend at the Doctor's Salon, which again I already accidentally clicked on once, so no splash screen. Whoops. Right, we have literally everybody. We have 9 people in this one room. There they all are. That's a lot of blanks, and 2 other panels. Okay, and out the door. Whoa. Okay, lots of areas. Lots and lots and lots of things. Well, this is more pleasant than the stuffy atmosphere inside of the room. Let's see what's going on around here. We have a newspaper. London Gazetteer. May 11th, 1792. New Order Party, Loyalists and the Moderates. Who will be the next Prime Minister? Election results. New Order Party are in the lead. The New Order Party have the most MPs, but it is clear the 2 old parties will form a coalition. This means either Loyalist leader Blanchard or moderate leader Valentine will become the next Prime Minister, leaving Lazarus Hurst and his party in the opposition. It's Lazarus again. Rose bushes. Chrysanthemum bushes. An unfinished croquet match. 2 cups of spicy spelling tea. One almost empty, the other untouched. Chess game in progress. Let's see if I can tell who's winning. I think the king is the smaller of the 2 of these. Queen King. Don't know. May not even be relevant. We'll see. Door in the back simply leads into the same room. Okay, we have 2 doors. This is not a very big house. It's 1 room. That, or there are other rooms that we just don't care about. There's a map. Library, salon, field, house, chess house, flower beds, fountain, more flower beds. Yep, that is an accurate map. The seals of the 12 Lumerian clans. There's what appears to be a boomerang-looking object missing. Shield, sabers, pointy arrowy thing. Okay. Psychoactive plants. Drug symptoms. Spotty onion, an illusion of unity with the universe. Increased appetite. Hiccups. Black poppy sleepiness. Whites of eyes get a pink tint. Numerian lichen. Hyperconcentration on one thing. Loss of perception for a time and rapid blinking. And redberry. Surge of energy. Vocalization of all your thoughts. Twitching and aggression. Well, at least one of those is going to come into play. There is the boomerang. It is indeed a boomerang. And it is indeed the weapon. There's a bit of cloth or something wrapped on one end of it. What else have we got before we start looking at people? There's a fallen bottle of sherry. There's a full glass and an almost empty glass of sherry on the table. A metal pellet of some kind, perhaps? This clue has been added to the thinking panel. Yep, that's someone. Someone is the victim, the something is the murder weapon. The blur is where he was murdered, and the body was found by Blur. Oh. Well, is it the boomerang? Or is it actually some kind of poison? Don't yet know. Not yet certain. It looks like something impacted his forehead. The man is not breathing, and there's a large vertical wound. Yep. A clean small sword. Dear friend, the elections are over, so let's uphold tradition and have a leisurely weekend at my place with you and Leopold to discuss the Prime Minister situation. Please join us on May 12th. Kindly confirm your presence, Dr. James Turner. Listen, apologies for the shouting match yesterday. Let's continue our discussion at noon, Leo. Believe me, my lord, I do not feel comfortable arresting a prime ministerial candidate, but I must ask you to follow me. Constable Arthur Faulkner, who has a pike. And a huge book full of testimonies, okay. Well, let's fill in Arthur Faulkner, because I think that's fairly obvious. Location of each suspect when the body was found. Gardener, butler, doctor, loyalist, general, young man, and prince. Where did I get the name Blanchard Valentine from? Right, the paper outside. Yeah, that looks a bit like him. Blanchard and Valentine are different names. I think this must be Valentine then. I'm gonna assume that's his last name, I think. I'll go for the testimonies last. That might be the longest thing. I hope the host did not notice me when he was leaning over the sleeping eye patch gentleman. He has a brown slate seal. Looks like it belongs with these, but it isn't one of those. And this does say that there are supposed to be 12, and there are only 11 currently on the shelf, so pretty sure he got that from up there. A spicy-smelling ornamental box. Dear Prince, I heard that you got invited to a party by the director of Seven Seas Company himself. I know you hate associating with these invaders and thieves, but this might just be the opportunity that we seek to reclaim our honor. Well, aren't you suspicious, then? Dear Prince, as you know, I'm a great aficionado of Lumerian culture. It would be my pleasure to invite a member of the Patu clan to spend a leisurely weekend at my estate with some of our own political dignitaries. Please kindly confirm your presence, Dr. James Turner. And a clean war club. He stole his life, just like that. The doctor is a smart man, since he saw through his lies. Small sword. Dear friend, at one of the balls you said that you would love to meet someone actually interesting. I'm having a weekend of drinks at my manor, and a prince from the 11th clan of Lumeria will be joining us. Please do as the honour of your company too. Kindly confirm your presence. This is outrageous. I thought you were an honourable man, Leopold, not some Antiquarian agent trying to sabotage our friendly relationships with the Lumeria and provoke a conflict. A ring with a ruby, clean short sword, and the word provoke. Not much too interesting there. James, this is preposterous. You know damn well that he was killed by that Lumerian savage. Short sword. Ah. Thing that is being held in his hand is a button, and it came off of here. Dear friend, now the elections are over, please join me for a leisurely weekend at my manor with good old Augustus and some other fine fellows. You have to have some drinks and discuss what to do about that Prime Minister situation. Kindly confirm your presence. Is this the Loyalist? Quite possibly. He does have an eye patch. And this is the only person with an eye patch, meaning that this is likely Blanchard. Next. Ah, Leopold, your plan to frame Patu is sublime, but your missing button is more than enough proof that you did it. Constable, please escort this man out. A ring with a ruby. Clean doctor's scalpel and clean short sword. Which means... first name should be Leopold, I think. I don't even have that name as an option yet. This is such a mess. However, we will clean the blood out of the rug. Well, you are some kind of butler then. And you would be the gardener. With some slightly grassy garden shears. Did not expect something like this in our household. Okay. I think we've got everything. Time for the big book of testimonies, then. Let's just get all the names first, real quick. And this man's first name is Leopold. Alright. Leopold claims that had a glass of sherry with James in the library and became drowsy. As he was falling asleep, saw the Lumerian observing him through the glass door. Which I'm fairly certain is true. Woke up, found the butler on the floor asleep. Woke up the butler. Entered the salon and found the body. Upon inspecting the weapon, deduced that the Lumerian was the murderer, instructed the butler to raise the alarm. So the sherry would have been black poppy. Looks like the eyes get a pink tint. Well, that definitely happened to the butler. And this fellow. Leopold. So I think that's all gonna be true. Because the butler being asleep lines up, him having sherry and being drowsy lines up. So... found the salon in the... found the body in the salon, so... in the salon. And so was the butler. I'm gonna say they were murdered in the salon, but I don't know if that's true. And also fill in that. Right, what else have we got? Gideon played croquet with Ergen in the morning. They got bored and went to drink tea in the tea house. Ergen drew his attention to the interesting design of the chess house. Saw Lord Alistair Koch lecture the butler, saw Master Turner come to the chess house and send the butler away, just as Ergen was remarking on the beauty of the chess house. Saw Lord Alistair leave the chess house and return shortly afterwards. Well, I don't actually know which one of these people Gideon is yet. Slightly difficult to understand what he says, potentially because he has challenges with our language. Claims that everything Master Baal says is absolutely correct. Well, this is going to be the prince. Doesn't tell me anything about where they were, though. But his first name is Urgen. And he was mentioned a lot by Gideon. Which means Gideon's surname is probably Baal. And they're young. Let's go with that for now. And they were both in the chess house then. James drank a glass of sour sherry with Blanchard in the library in the morning. We don't know what time that other stuff happened. Then went to the chest house where he saw Lord Alistair and the butler. Ordered the butler to clean up the library and get rid of the bad sherry. Spent the rest of the time playing chess with Alistair until the alarm was raised. As master of the house, he led the interrogation of the suspects. So that is going to be James. In the morning you practiced chess at the chess house and educated the butler on his lack of military training. Sometime in the afternoon, Dr. Turner arrived and sent the butler away. They played together and he was very close to winning when the alarm was raised. Everybody claims to be at the chess house. Served Lord Alistair in the chess house in the morning. His master arrived and instructed him to dispose of the spilled sherry that he and Lord Leopold had drunk and then go assist Mr. Spade in the garden. Of course, the gardener's name is Mr. Spade. And the butler's name is Podrick. Upon entering the library to take away the glass, found Lord Leopold asleep, suddenly overcome by dizziness and fainted due to his weak heart, woken by Lord Leopold and instructed to raise the alarm, and saw the deceased lying in the salon. So, yeah, Salon. Okay. William Spade. Planted and pruned all morning by their chrysanthemum bush, saw the young gentleman and the foreigner leave the croquet and go behind the manor. In the afternoon, moved to the rose bush. From there, saw Lord Augustus leave the fountain at around noon, continued his work by the roses until the alarm was raised by Mr. Hill. Flower beds, then. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. Yeah, I can work out this fellow's first name by process of elimination. It's not Leopold, it's not Gideon. Arjun, Arthur, Podrick, James. Yeah, Alistair. Right, Alistair is alive and he's the only person we have unlabeled, so let's give it to this fellow. Which means this is Augustus Valentine. I'm gonna go with the boomerang being the weapon. Yep. Because the poison was for other people. Next thing to do is try and figure out everybody's last name. Well, several people have letters from James Turner. So I can fill in that. It's the general from the last thing, right? Yes, cool. Getting places. So. Alistair was definitely at the chess house, or claims to be. William, definitely by the flower bushes. Who were we missing? The doctor. Yeah, James is the doctor. And James was also playing chess. Which, of course, is going to be wrong, because people were at the chess place at different times. Yeah, Podrick. Butler. Definitely in the Salon. James. Drunk by chess house. Roses. Salon. Mr. General Chess House. Yes, a young man and prince, I think, are elsewhere. Drank tea in the tea house. Yeah, so they're over there. Looking at the chess house, they're not actually there. Definitely Salon. Definitely tea house. And they have pretty solid alibis as well, as they were together the whole time at the tea house. I guess we could say the butler was in the library looking through at the Salon. Yes, that's what we're meaning. Okay, well, I still don't think I'm any too much closer to figuring out who the culprit is, but we have these panels. Time to actually try and figure out what happened here, then. Can fill a few things in. Salon. Someone killed Augustus Valentine and planted the button on him to frame Leopold Blanchard. This is going to be library. Drugged. Leopold Blanchard. Seal, Salon, stole. And the person who currently has the seal is you. That doesn't really make too much sense. Because Leopold was with James. Early in the morning, bleh, bleh, bleh. In the bleh. What happened when? I'm not sure what this top paragraph is even referring to. Dr. Sherry? break a glass in the morning. Blur, 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 and blur. Hmm. I don't know what word this blue word is. Provoke, maybe, but I would expect a D on it. Hmm. Yeah, this is going to be stole a button up here. Where's library gone? Library. James, Turner. Leopold, Blanchard. And then in the library... The old frame plant stole? Hmm. Yeah, two different people were drugged, so... This looks close to being right, I think. Overcome by dizziness and fainted. Huh? Problem is, there's too many people who have alibis or seem to be unrelated to literally everything. Bullion seems completely unrelated to everything. Saul Augustus leave the fountain at around noon. Which is here. here really makes any sense to me. I don't fully understand how Podrick Hill ended up being drugged, because it seems like he was. But I do not get how. Rapid blinking, you say? Hyperconcentration on one thing, loss of perception of time. There we go. Now we're getting someplace. Well, we're getting someplace. Two people being drugged by two different things. Yeah, they're very fixated on what's going on at the chess house. Above pretty much everything else, which I think is how Urgent managed to slip away and do other stuff. Yeah, and that name is definitely correct. I'm pretty sure this entire section is right. So... Ah. Yeah, that makes a bit of sense. Brotherhood members Alistair and James put it to turn the ruling moderate and loyalist parties against each other. Over the course of a weekend at James's manor, Alistair murdered the moderate leader and James framed the loyalist leader. Yeah. Makes sense to me. Plotting and scheming is afoot. Right, only two cases left. 10 and 11. The Triumph of Order. Case 10. Here we go. Oh boy. 46 clues, and apparently I already have 12 of them somehow. Ah, symbols. A plus, a minus, and a bunch of numbers. Probably something years have passed since the Order Party has seized power. During a tribunal is judged to have the largest deduction in all tribunal history. To execute his punishment was used on him, and he lost and died. Okay. Loads of people. And some schemers in a room. Oh boy, oh boy. The first virtue is excessive, will be punished. The second virtue is at work, will be punished. Oh, this is getting rather dystopian. Right, what have we got? The second virtue. Something to do with greed or laziness, probably. Dunno. I've never seen so much merit removed in the tribunal. Some mistakes are very costly. Here's David Goran again, enforcer of the Order Party. History of infraction and obedience. Had a secret compartment in his office locker, denied the existence of the secret compartment, low service and low ranking position to the Order Party, total merit +8. And has a banknote. Man is not breathing. Death by aging somebody? Prince of Dusk, like night I am dark and full of terror. I do not fear love, do not make that error. When you know my name, just look from my face. Maybe some secret code in here somewhere? Or it could just be a poem. Weekly Order Party of People's Tribunal, number 42. 6 culprits are brought to the tribunal. Tribunal is opened, each culprit's charges are evaluated, and merit changes are calculated. First culprit's merit extraction starts, second, third. It's a thing of beauty to see order prevail. If it were not against the first virtue, I would feel very happy. Lack of emotion is a virtue? Nicholas, Edward, do you feel the new regime rewards your diligence now? So tell me why I saw you spend more than 3 shillings on new clothes after I asked you to lend me money and you said you had none to spare. I suggest you lend me some now, unless you want me to write up an official report about a 4th virtue breach. So, wastefulness of money. Nicholas Maker. Labelled the protocol as being on Thursday, even though it was Wednesday. Took a double-length lunch break in the office. Low service and low-ranking position. Diligence at work. Something mistakes. Beauty, maybe? I felt it in my bones that I should have drunk less. Now we poor souls experience God's wrath. This tribunal is a farce. They spread lies that my pure love is merely lust. And what do they even know about true art? Such a relief that they decided not to push any fashion charges. I hope the process is not painful. Something fashion? I think we have everything from this layer. Let's go up. Oh boy, that's a lot of things. Fangor Quinn claimed he had no wife, has a picture depicting a naked person in his house, broke his wife's favourite teapot in anger, was observed spending a night with a neighbour's wife. Fangor Quinn. Lots of merit additions and deductions to find out. Walter Keane. Flirted 3 times with different married women during the party convention, wore ridiculous headgear at 5 public events. Claimed he had not betrayed High Arbiter Lazarus during his ritual of ascendance. Expelled. Uthar Richards. That way round. Held a dinner party a few years ago where he offered large amounts of wine to his guests, got angry during the questioning and shouted at the High Arbiter. Revealed the whereabouts of his hiding fugitive descendant daughter Mary and her husband Peter. Plus 15. Well, I have the word years now. Josh Bailey left his work at the tannery early, drank excessive amounts of gin at the Strawny Cat, drank excessive amounts of rum at the Old Oak, approached a married woman with an indecent offer, and denied 4 times during questioning that he had done these acts. Horace Webb, and Horace Webb, mind you, has not held down a job since the new regime, evaluated to 60 instances of non-work, claims he works in his castle helping his servants clean it, possesses 15 books kept in his private library, expressed willingness to donate his castle to the party, evaluated as plus 200 merit. Gideon Val. Wears an outrageous hairstyle. Broke down in tears 10 times during the questioning. Has refused to start working, evaluated as 5 instances of job skipping. And rejected the High Arbiter's request that he share information of a secret entrance to the castle of his cousin the Sovereign. Music to my ears, Alistair, but do control your emotions. We as Arbiters of Order must never violate the first virtue. Right, emotions. Yeah, these have a lot of minuses, but they don't really say which is which virtue being broken. Big pile of money. Dear Dr. Turner, I must regretfully inform you that during your absence from the party business, your senior assistant Daniel has demonstrated extreme untidiness and thus breached one of the virtues. Untidiness is probably in there. Lies, maybe? Music? Art? Dr. James Turner drank a full bottle of brandy at a picnic, kept the book Legacy of the Rose Dynasty in his study. Loyal service in a high-ranking position, plus 12. What are you insinuating, James? I would never breach the 4th virtue. You know damn well that I keep no secrets. Money. Dear Arbiter, I am writing to inform you that our regiment's colonel was seen with another officer's wife in a potentially intimate situation. We implore you to send your agents to consider investigating this potential flouting of the first virtue. Secrets? Slapped a sergeant in anger. Listened to marching music in his manor. Loyal service in a high-ranking position. Into this room. Here's Lazarus again. You'll perform your function as much as is required. It's paramount to ensure order in a new society. Here's the idol. Remember the second virtue. Store confiscated objects and evidence according to the virtue breached. Brandy and opium. So yeah, this is more to do with money again. Violin. Yeah, that's music, art, fashion, etc. Book titled Stories, a book titled Autumn Tales. Serve the four virtues. In all truth, Lord High Arbiter, I prefer storing no more than this. Since the year 1792, when it was gained a majority in Parliament and liberated our government from multi-party chaos, the Order Party has worked hard to improve society. Despite the vast popular support for the party, His Majesty refuses to acknowledge the authority of the party's tribunal. High Arbiter Lazarus Hurst has announced that in 2 months the party and its supporters will participate in a peaceful march to the King's current residence and demonstrate the virtue of moderation. Yeah, moderation. Franks are going to be there, lies are going to be here, this is about truth. Emotions. I'm honoured to help the party upkeep the four virtues. I only hope sitting here all day does not count as sloth. No worse jobs than this one, and thank God tobacco is not considered an indulgence. A bit boring though, too bad literature is forbidden. Literature... Moderation... Indulgence? Yeah, there we go. Right. Now we have to do a bunch of maths. With which I think all of these are going to be fairly helpful. These two in particular. So, he starts with plus 20. This is algebra. Get a piece of paper. Right. 20 minus... the alcohol is A. The book is D. So 20 minus A minus D is 12. Starting at 20 again, minus... Slapper Sergeant Inanga is going to be A again, most likely. Emotions. Listen to marching music in his manner. That's going to be C. And that's 11. So, third virtue and fourth virtue are 1 point different. This is 1 more than this. And then we have you. 10 minus... I think that's going to be 2D. Equals 8, meaning that D is 1. And if D is 1, then C is 2. C is 1 more than D. And this makes a whopping 9? Oh, no. Seven. 20 minus 7 minus 2 is 11. 20 minus... I'm talking about A here, not B, sorry. Minus 7 minus 1 is 12. B? Is there any way I can even evidence B? You, probably. 10 minus... Yep, that's diligence. B. Probably 2B. 2B equals 4. Which makes B 3. Yep. Got the algebra. Now to sift through this lot. Fango Quinn is going to be a big minus, but how much? Claims he has no wife. Minus 1. Painting. Minus 3. Broke teapot in anger. Minus 10. Minus 17, perhaps? 2 sevens. Two and a 1. Walter Keane. Flirted 3 times. Now, does that count as 3 different things? Let's just claim it's 1 for now. 7. 9. 10. I think this is going to be too low. It's too low. Right. 7 times 3 is 21. Then another 10. 31. 32. Yeah. That's a big minus. Held a dinner party a few years ago where he offered large amounts of wine to his guests. Indulgence. Minus 7. Got angry during questioning. That's going to be minus 7 again. So... positive 0, 1. Josh Bailey. Left work early. Minus 3. Drank gin. Minus 10. Minus 17. Everything's a breach of 1. 1's the most excessive thing by far. 17 minus another 7 minus 24. Minus 28. Yeah. Next, Horace Webb has not held down a job. 60 instances. So that's going to be 60 times 3 is 180. 181. And then 15 books. 100 and... 96. Which works out to be positive 4. And Gideon Bell. Minus 2 for the hairstyle. Broke down 10 times. Oh boy. Minus 70. 270. Refused to start working 5 times. $15. And then minus 1. That's a huge negative score. 85, 86, 88. Yep. Right. I just gotta work out this one. The largest merit deduction in history is gonna be Gideon Bell. $88 years? Is 1 merit 1 year? We'll see. I just gotta work out how many years have passed. Right. So they gained control in 1792. It is currently 1795, so 3 years. Yep. The Order Party has seized power and now enforces the 4 maxims of virtue. The young Duke Gideon Bell was judged during the tribunal to have lost 88 merits. The High Arbiter of the party, Lazarus Hurst, used the idol to decrease Gideon's youth by 88 years, making him 108, which resulted in his death. This scenario is just math.